with a pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Putoff?
Here.
Ms. McDaniel? Here. Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Here.
Mr. Patterson?
Here.
Mr. Burke?
Here.
And Mr. Sextro is absent.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is item 3, and that is going to be taken off the agenda tonight, and that has to go through the Planning Commission first before we can hear an appeal.
Mr. Mayor, can I interrupt you just a sec? Kathy, would you tell us what the appeals process for this is?
Sure. The church is awaiting several things to happen so that they can come into compliance with the building code, the zoning code, and the fire code. And part of doing all of that is that they'll have to go through the Planning Commission for site plan review, but also if there are any temporary things they request, further temporary certificates or anything like that, that would be subject to appeal. That would have to go through the Board of Zoning Appeals and then back to council. So being an administrative permitting process, there are several different kind of avenues they're going to have to take before they come back before the council if they do it all.
It has to go through the Planning Commission before you can come to appeal it to council.
Yeah, and there's a chance could possibly be things before the BZA as well.
Yeah, possibility. Okay, the consent calendar has been previously, we do have a guest. Jerry Milcheski. Good evening.
Good evening,
Jerome. He's.
My grandfather's Jerry. They call me Jerome.
He is in the process of preparing a booklet for the 75th birthday of the village of Evendale. And he's been around interviewing a number of different people here today. He's married to the daughter of the Spidells, if any of you remember them as residents of the village, and doing a great job. And we had a great conversation this afternoon.
Enjoyed that very much. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat.
Well, good. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, the consent calendar has been previously distributed. Are there any additions or corrections or changes? May I have a motion?
Move we accept.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel? Yes. Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
The minutes are approved, and we're to committee reports, and we'll go to the Finance Committee first.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Finances, April 2025, 2.9 million, just over 2.9 million was received this, or just under what we received this time last year. Year-to-date receipts totaled 7 million, a little bit over that, and it's 1.2% decrease over last year this time. Village results, April 2025, receipts of 3.4 million, expenditures a little bit under 1.8, net positive gain of 1.5. Year-to-date receipts total of 8.5, year-to-date expenditures 7.5, and a net positive result of just under $1 million. Okay, Gorman Heritage Farm, Mr. Garden presented to council details on the May Farm Fest coming up, and then volunteer groups, Ohio State Extension Office volunteered, as well as GE and St. X Big Brothers program. Gorman Creek Wetlands Restoration is in process. CSA and the Cutting Garden subscriptions are sold out. 3 Eagle Scout projects taking place on the farm, and over 2,000 volunteer hours have already been booked in 2025, which is wonderful. I think the farm definitely counts on volunteers, and the success of it depends on it. Recreation, the pool is filled and ready to open. Summer activities are planned and scheduled. Check calendar on the website. 195 swim team members are registered as of last week this time. Ordinance and for senior seasonal hires is on the ordinance tonight. Service engineering, traffic island landscape maintenance. Jeffrey Allen has begun the work and they look fantastic. Bucket truck is in the final stages of the build out, should be ready by the end of May. Dump truck has been ordered. Chassis will be completed by the end of June and then will be forwarded to Henderson to have the body and snow equipment installed. Radios, the current radios in our trucks will be become obsolete. We have ordered new radios from Motorola, which are the same ones, same as the police department and fire. Fire department generator contract has begun the work on the replacement generator. 75th anniversary project architects is continuing vetting the design on concept B of the discussed last month. We anticipate the design in the next couple of weeks. Estimates came in over budget and unacceptable, so looking for less expensive options. Service department material storage bins, all the walls have been poured. Half-inch slab area has been completed. We anticipate another 2 or 3 weeks to complete the work, providing we don't get washed out anymore. So 2025 recycling day was a success. It was this past Saturday, and thank you for all the volunteers, and it's just a wonderful thing for the village. Salt bed and roof replacement, quote has been received a quote, and replacement for the shingles of the salt dome. We anticipate work to be commenced as soon as weather permits. Swindon Drive storm repair over the last few weeks during storm events, and in the street catch basins have been filled with water, televac and video and storm pipes. And there is a restriction in the pipe, and pipe will need to be replaced, and when the street is planned to be resurfaced. Griffin Pond, the pond was stocked last week with bass and bluegill. Just remember, it is catch and release. Service building is well on its way. All necessary masonry work is complete and still anticipated substantial completion by the end of June. CAC elevator demolition of the restrooms has elevator project demolition of the restrooms has commenced, and unfortunately some asbestos pipe insulation was discovered within the interior wall space. This material has been abated to allow contractors to continue the work. They have begun to modify the basement walls to accommodate the elevator shaft. Spartan Drive building, we have entered into a new contract with Hunter Buildings for this project and held the pre-construction meetings, and they should be, actually they have already started the construction. Arrow Hub entry signs, Kohler has presented a series of options. CIC working group has narrowed down choices down, and Kohler will be modifying the rendering for the final approval. Arrow Hub South extension, we have returned the sign proposal back to Bearbecker, and they are working on the design. Actually, they were out surveying earlier this week. 2025 resurfacing program has completed the evaluation of the streets and has selected following streets for this year's program: Sherbrooke Drive, South Medallion Drive, and Medallion Drive ramps. Park Hills entry sign walls have be completed, so that will be part of the resurfacing as well. And then also Metro layover station. Mr. Ellis and Mr. Jeffries met with Metro on funding the station, and meeting with Walmart was discouraging, as they are not willing to provide funding for the proposed layover station, as they believe the distance to the store was too far for their actually workers and customers to walk. Metro and Evendale will continue the work on a solution. Kinetic Dog Vision, the technical report indicated no unusual conditions. The lot split is nearly complete. Mr. Elmers is preparing ordinance to allow the mayor to negotiate a land sale with CIC, and then they will sell to Kinetic Dog Food. City of Reading ODOT 42 project speed project met with ODOT on this proposal. During the meeting, we expressed our concerns with the section of the road that falls in the village of Evendale. So, and ODOT has agreed to review the issues with Reading. And that's all I have.
Any questions, corrections? Okay, police and fire.
Okay. I'm going to start with fire. Part of this has to do with the ATF canine program. Do you want me to discuss that now or wait till the resolution?
We'll discuss it now.
Okay. We had some guests. We had discussed this in our previous month's.
I brought my car.
You brought your car. Okay. Previous meeting about an interest in our fire marshal becoming part of the ATF canine arson detection team, in replacing the current handler and dog who will be retiring in early 2027. Seven, okay. But there's an extensive training going on with that. So we wanted to know more details about that, so we were kind enough to have a gentleman from Chris, and it's from Sharonville, come along with Sonnet and, discuss what's involved in that. There's extensive training that goes on that ATF will pay for. But there will be costs to the village in terms of having a truck that can handle the conditions for a canine arson specialist, and as well as other expenses like the food and housing of the dog has to be borne by the village. Now, some of that can be done through donations. That's what's currently being done, and we expect that to be the case now. But you would have to apply for the program, and training starts in October, and we would like Fire Marshal Robbie Porter is very, very interested in doing this. You could tell from, he was also in attendance at the meeting and would like to do this. And it would be a benefit to not only Southwest Ohio, but it goes further than that, into Kentucky and maybe elsewhere, depending on the needs of ATF. And this is important in determining causes of fires and saving lives and all that. So the committee recommends that we allow Fire Marshal Robbie Potter to apply to become a canine handler in this program. And I'm going to yield the floor to anybody else who wants to make any other comments. We might, Chief, you were going to investigate as far as the truck. There's a possibility that we could get the truck that Sharonville has. I don't know that we've made those decisions, but I don't know if we know more than we did last week. We don't, okay. So we may need to purchase a vehicle. There's a possibility that we found out that their vehicle is leased. We have to look into whether that's a possibility for us, but that would be the cost that the village would need to do. So let me pause and ask other committee members if you want to offer.
It might cost the village $100,000 or something like that, but we think it'd be great for the village of Evendale to be sponsor of this program for the whole area. They have a little baseball card for Sharonville and the picture of the Sonnet, that's the dog's name up there. And I kind of kept mine from the other night. But it's kind of obviously a very necessary program for the ATF, and I think it would do good things for PR. The dog will go around to different events and be available, and I think it'll make the Evendale stand out a little more. Chief, you agree?
I do.
Good.
I wouldn't have brought it in front of you if I did not agree that it would be good for the PR and for the Southwest region. The cost of the vehicle, again, we would be replacing his current vehicle, which is due to be replaced in the coming years. So it's the additional cost of outfitting it for the dog, which is about $15,000 to $20,000 additional from what a vehicle would be anyhow. So when you look at the overall cost, you go, wow, that's big. But again, you look at just the stuff for the dog, it's only that much more.
And they've been able, the current handler has been able to get donations from various businesses. For example, they get $2,500 a year from Ford toward the cost of the dog. And other businesses step up to the plate too. And I think perhaps we might be even a little more successful in that than.
I believe with Kinetic Dog going in, we may be able to
Yeah.
partnership with them as well.
Kinetic Dog Food coming and.
As well as our local vet has already stepped up to
The local
to be a
vet
part
says
of it.
she'll take care of him and,
Yes.
good.
And I think the next closest K-9 is in Indianapolis, right?
Right.
Yes,
That's,
yeah. And there's none, we found out there's none in Kentucky currently. That's why Sonnet went down to Frankfurt for the double homicide that you learned about.
65 in the United States.
Correct.
65 in the whole country.
Their State Farm Insurance Company also ran a program that trained these dogs, and they have ceased that program. So the only program that's training these dogs now is the ATF. So the demand is going to become much higher.
So the dog that's in Sharonville currently,
Yep.
It's gonna retire.
dog is retiring,
They both are.
They are both retired.
okay, in 2027?
Right.
So does that mean we wouldn't start, like,
There's,
we would
you
get
need
do
to
the
have some,
training?
we would need to get the training done and would like to have some overlap as much as
Gotcha.
possible, so that we're up to speed when
Gotcha.
he does retire.
And I believe they said that Robbie would be gone for maybe 6 months for the training.
6 weeks.
6 weeks for the
6 weeks
training
for the training.
program at wherever they do
In
it. I get-
Virginia.
Virginia is where they do the training program.
And that's where he would get paired with the dog.
Yeah, yeah. And once he's paired, the dog is his dog. And you could tell the dog was very much the trainer's dog.
It was Sonic, they said that he eats 2.5 cups of dog food a day, but not out of a bowl, only for rewards of his actions.
Correct.
Always by hand on all rewards, never out of a bowl.
Right.
So if he doesn't perform, he doesn't eat. And they're only labs.
Correct.
Maybe we gotta put, I know. Anything else? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Cover that.
Moving on to the next item, you also notice that this month the fire department will be sporting some T-shirts in support of ALS. We have some members of the department whose families have had or are having experienced members of the family with this disease, more commonly referred to, I think, as Lou Gehrig's disease. They're very nice T-shirts, both to try to raise awareness of the disease and as well as to try to get some donations for that. So you will see that. I think there's also an opportunity for other members in the village family to get T-shirts as well.
The best man at my wedding died of ALS, so I'm very familiar with it.
You notice that we have an ordinance on the agenda to provide for donating some radios that we no longer need and don't believe that we can really get anything at auction for those radios as well. And the one thing we didn't mention about the ATF K-9 program is that the community obviously has to be supportive of the program, so we need to pass a resolution in support of Robbie Potter actually making the application to become a K-9, ATF K-9 handler. And also, Chief just let me know the fire department has gone through their phase of interviewing candidates for paramedic firefighter. We have a hiring committee meeting scheduled for June 11th, and we have two candidates going through for that. And a reminder to all that the chili lunch is June 11th as well. Also, yes, it's going to be a busy day. Okay. Moving on to the police department, the new police cruisers have been delivered and they're in the process of being detailed. The independent review that the village commissioned for the events of February 7th, 21 CP we're expecting the report to be released prior to the end of May, probably the last week of May is what we're expecting. The working group of council also got interviewed as part of that process, just to discuss communication issues. And let's see, the police are in the process of doing their interviewing for openings, and will let, we don't yet have, that has not yet occurred, and we will probably have to have we will definitely have to have another hiring committee meeting to handle the police department interviews if we get candidates who are successful. We're looking at lateral candidates only for this particular phase of hiring for the police department. Also, I'd like to share with you that members of the police department were involved in the planning and the funeral for Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson, as well as managing transportation for his family and members of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. A member of the department who's part of the Hamilton County Police Association Honor Guard did serve in that role throughout the week. Our officers also assisted with traffic for the procession while others covered shifts for the sheriff's office so that those deputies could attend the funeral. And a number of officers also attended the funerals. And here I'd just like to quote the chief directly, who is not able to be here, that while the events are sad and tragic, we were proud of our efforts to support the loved ones and co-workers of Deputy Henderson. Cultural arts, the fine arts exhibit occurred first weekend of May. It was a success. The director shared with us a couple of emails from people who took the time not only just to share how much they enjoyed the event, the opening reception of the event, but being able to participate and commented on the quality of the event. So kudos again to the cultural arts for putting on such a fine program there. Excuse me. The art venture to Midwest Falconry was a success. You'll have to look on the Fine Arts website to see what the upcoming program is for this month and for next month. Also, classes and summer camps are filling up, so register if you haven't, if you want to participate in some of the events. Just want to indicate that because of the construction that's going on, there are fewer spaces right there by the Cultural Arts Building, and remind everyone that they could park on the main part of the village's campus and walk through to Cultural Arts. So that's Cultural Arts to this point. And then let me go to building, planning, and zoning. The one item we've gone through already that, so I want to discuss some areas of planning that we've had a few companies interested in relocating to Evendale. Closets by Design we specifically discussed in the meeting, and they're looking at some lots because they're looking to build a facility. The QTC building has been demolished, and we'll be working with Monty Incorporated and their development team on the construction of their new facility in Arrow Hub. And then Queen City Sportsplex, which we talked about, doing an extensive renovation. They have revised their plans. Their proposed 700-seat bleachers that they were going to have in the interior has been removed from the current plans, and that will help bring the cost down and reduce some of their HVAC units that need to be installed, but the interior improvements that we previously discussed will still go forward for that. From a code enforcement perspective, the building has issued 18 code enforcement violations. Some of the properties have multiple violations. They're really all residential. For things like tall grass, junk being stored on patios, and dead trees. And we recognize that there's been a lot of rain, but the best that we can, we encourage everyone to try to keep their lawns trimmed to keep the upkeep of the village looking the way it generally looks. Also, to date, there's been only one violation that's going to need to go before the Board of Zoning Appeals, and that case will go before the board in June. From a building permit perspective, in the month of April, the building department received 22 new permit applications, issued 26 permits with an estimated construction cost around $6,300, with a total revenue of just over $30,000. And that concludes our report.
Okay. Any additions, corrections, changes?
Can someone add that last, the planning, can someone add that to the iCloud or whatever our thing is called? That report wasn't on the, whatever our thing is called, I can't think what, the iCloud thing.
What, the summary of the building report?
Yes, the
Yeah.
billing report, yes.
Yep.
Can someone, I don't know, someone
I can do it.
add it on there, thank you.
Yep.
And I also had a question about the radio equipment that we are donating. Who are we donating that to?
Scarlet Oaks.
Gotcha. It doesn't say that in the, it needs to say that, but doesn't say that in the ordinance here.
The radio equipment has a limited life cycle anyway. That's why it wouldn't be worth much to us. And
It's just been pointed out to me. I said a construction cost in the thousands. It's 6.3 million, sorry.
Chief, you have something to add?
Just on the radios, they're actually obsolete as of July 31st, and we haven't used these radios. We replaced them 3 or 4 years ago, and these were kept as a backup, and they become obsolete come July 31st, where they won't even work for us. Past that point, line of sight, they'll still work for Scarlet Oaks and their training facility.
Okay.
Hence, they approached us, they knew they were coming to the end of life and asked if we had any.
It just does, it doesn't say, it just says to donate or dispose. It doesn't say who we're donating it to. I was just curious who we're donating it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other comments, additions? Okay. I just have a couple things to add. Taking all my thunder. We had, let's see, we had an ICRC meeting, quarterly meeting this month, and they have a new community coming on board for the ICRC, which is good news for us. It is Hamilton Township in Warren County. It's a pretty good-sized township, and it will probably mean $130,000, $140,000. You know, I've been very concerned that the ICRC was going to continue to have financial troubles because they make money off of the people who subscribe to the cable TV systems, and that's becoming a diminishing amount because people are cutting cords in this situation. This will do it. We also discussed believe that they're going to be able to sign their first contract with Hamilton County They do work for Hamilton County, but they've never had a contract or never been paid by them. But now the county feels that they should step up to the plate, and so they think they're going to be able to have a contract with Hamilton County, which will be good, will be good. So, anything else? Okay, let's go to the ordinances then. First ordinance on the agenda is ordinance 25-31, and I need permission to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a delinquent debt collection agreement for mayor's court and declaring it as an emergency. This has become necessary because the Ohio General Assembly passed a new ordinance. Formally, if you didn't pay your fines, you could have your wages garnished, you could have alimony, you could have child support taken away, but the General Assembly said that wasn't working. So now we have to do our own collections of, if nobody pays us, or if somebody does not pay us, they're fined from the county. So that's the purpose of this. So if I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 25-31 adopted as an emergency. Next is ordinance 25-32. I need permission to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing the payment of amounts due upon certain contracts requiring certification of availability of funds and declaring it as an emergency. It's our then and now ordinance, which we have virtually every month. I'd like a motion to suspend the second and third reading.
So moved.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Is that Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel? Ms.
Yes.
Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 25-32 adopted as an emergency. Next is ordinance 24, should that be 25?
This is 25. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
Ordinance 25-33, and I'd like a motion to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel? Ms.
Yes.
Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Or an ordinance authorizing the mayor to hire seasonal employees and setting pay rates and declaring it as an emergency. I was interested in looking at the ordinance. We hire 29 people in the summertime overall for the village, which I think is great for the young people, particularly in the village, who find an opportunity within our community to find work for the summer. I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
I now need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 25-33 adopted as an emergency. Next is ordinance 25-34. I need a motion to read it by title only.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
An ordinance for the additional appropriation into the Ohio General Fund and the Capital Improvement Fund and declaring it as an emergency. This relates to the fact that we are having slippages in the hill behind our new building, and we have to prop it up. I'd like a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved. Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Now I need an ordinance to adopt the emergency clause, or to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 25-34 adopted as an emergency. Next is ordinance 25-35. I need permission to read it by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement to sell certain village-owned real estate and declaring it as an emergency. This deals with part of the TLC property in Evendale, and we're going to sell it to a new business to come into Evendale that sells high-end dog food. Now I need a motion to read this, to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 25-35 adopted as an emergency. As a matter of fact, the entrepreneurs live in the village of Evendale, so their residents and their business is currently in Evendale. It's over on Spartan Drive, and they want to build a facility for themselves. Next is ordinance 25-36, and I need permission to read it by title only.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor or his designee to approve a donation of radio equipment purchased by the village of Evendale to donate or dispose of obsolete, unnecessary equipment and declaring it as an emergency. I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
I now declare ordinance 25-36 adopted as an emergency. Next, we have resolution 25-03, and I need permission to read it by title only.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel? Ms.
Yes.
Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
A resolution authorizing the fire marshal of the Village of Evendale Fire Department to apply to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives to become a certified K-9 accelerant detection handler and declaring it as an emergency. I'd like a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Now I'd like a motion to adopt the emergency clause of the ordinance, of the resolution.
So moved. Mayor, doesn't the resolution just go into effect immediately anyway?
They do, but since it's on there, we might as well get the vote on the record to be consistent.
So
But it
moved.
normally does not need to be on the resolution.
All right.
Where were we?
We are on to agree to the emergency measure.
A motion to agree to the emergency, I now ask for a motion to agree to the emergency clause of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Now I need a motion to adopt the resolution as an emergency.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley, did I already say it? Did I miss someone?
But I'll say yes again if it'll help.
I now declare Resolution 25-03 adopted as an emergency. Next is Resolution 25-04. I need a motion to read it by title only.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
A resolution authorizing the Director of Administrative Services to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Metro Transit Infrastructure Fund program and to exercise the contract as required. I'd like a motion to adopt the resolution.
So moved.
We need to suspend the second and third reading.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah.
I need a motion to suspend the second and third reading of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Burke? Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
I now need a motion to adopt the resolution,
So
to adopt the resolution
That's correct.
as an emergency.
Just adopt.
Just adopt the resolution.
Can I have a second?
Yeah.
Second.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yeah.
Ms. McDaniel? Ms.
Yes.
Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
I now declare Resolution 2504 adopted as required. That will conclude the business to come before council. Is there any other items that anyone wants to bring up?
We want to talk about the news media that will be broadcast on Thursday, possibly.
You can talk about it.
So Lou Serkin, who is a First and Second Amendment attorney, had an exclusive interview by Channel 9 News. Paula, I'm trying to think what her Christian. And they interviewed him on Monday, and it will plan to appear on Thursday, is their schedule at this point.
If you don't mind, let me add one thing. The village has done a really good job in trying to reach out to people who have very divergent viewpoints and interests from the village's position on February 7th. Lou Serkin is renowned for his legal work protecting the First Amendment, and very often puts him at odds with police and municipalities. So he is a perfect person to assess whether we did right, wrong, or indifferent during that day. We appreciate very much his willingness to participate and give us his unvarnished opinion and to let us know exactly what he thinks of how we performed. And so I would encourage everybody to tune in and listen to what he has to say.
And Mr. Serkin came to the Evendale Council at our request because a lot of council, including myself, wanted to try to fully understand the impact of First Amendment rights. And he gave a great presentation that night, and so he is now going to Channel 9 for an interview. Now, I'll be glad to accept a motion to adjourn. Oh, wait a minute, Chief has something.
quick. As Carolyn mentioned, the chili lunch is coming up June 11th. It is our 60th.
Really?
So, just so you know, it's our 60th chili lunch.
It's going to be free. No, no. it's-
That's up to the chamber.
Now,
I have one other thing.
Yes, ma'am.
A former employee of the farm, some of you may know Sandra Murphy. Her husband passed away
Oh,
on Friday.
really?
Yeah, so just wanted to let you know. I think services are next Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
she's been, I think that she's basically a volunteer there. Maybe worked there, but a lot of years.
A lot of years,
And,
yeah.
She had, the flower preserve was one of the things she was very instrumental in. you know. Okay, now we're ready?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay.
Second,
Mr. Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Burke?
yes.
Ms. Smiley Robertson?
Yes.
Ms. McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Putoff?
Yes.
Council will stand adjourned.